Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm from the US and I live on a small farm in rural Colombia with my dogs and my Colombian family. So if this is your first time here, welcome and thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and drop me a comment. My Baki is currently underneath the tripod. A few of you asked in my last video, where's Baki been? Well, we have a new puppy and they like love-hate each other. She loves to play with him and he kind of snaps at her sometimes, so we've had to keep them a bit separated. So today I brought him down with me. I don't usually bring him down the hill because, well, he likes to run away. He's a husky Malamute, and if you know anything about huskies, they are runners, and Malamutes, I don't really know much about them, to be honest, but he's just a big, strong, insane dog. I mean, if you have a husky, he yells at me, he talks to me, he's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, when I bring him down with me, he kind of goes crazy, like right now. So in today's video, well, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I haven't really been filming because I've been busy. I've been busy doing things that I think that you're going to think are boring. So I just thought I would show you updates on the farm. So if you're new here, I've been working on cleaning my small Colombian finca. It's a small coffee farm, but when I bought it, it was sort of overgrown and had too many coffee trees for my liking and a lot of bad trees. So I've been working on cleaning up the land. And this is like a part of the land that, yep, he just went down. So my, Baki, venga. So this is a part of the land that I've actually never seen because it was so overgrown, but my property borders like a small creek. So I have cleaned all the way to the creek. Yeah, so let's see where. So I live on a hill, and there's a small, some of you have actually asked about, because I'm thinking about building a cabin up here where it's flat, but the hillside is not actually flat. It continues to curve down, well, slope down, and yeah, it continues going all the way down there. We're going to try to go down there. We'll see if I can carry this, because I cleaned all of this up. So in the process, I found plantains, citrus trees, and you can see Baki is, where is he at? He's down there, but there's a little, let me see if I focus. But down there's a little river. It's not going to focus. I'll go down there. So anyways, he's down there exploring, but you can see how steep it is. Yep, there he is. So this is it's just like a little tiny waterfall. I mean, it's small. You can see him down there. So that's how much further it goes. So yeah, it goes a little bit further down. So he's in a little, he loves to go in the water, especially when it's hot. So you can kind of see how steep it gets down there and how wooded it is. So my neighbor's property, basically our properties end at the riverbed, because in Colombia it's like the thing, no one owns the water, so the border goes right to the water. I mean, if the water was on my property and it went through my property, I still don't own the water, but I own the space. I think that's how it goes. It's really confusing. Water rights in Colombia are very strict. So anyways, our border goes to the water. So technically the water is like no man's land. So borders end there. My border ends there. And so you can see on this side, and then the gully continues up my entire property. There's like a gully on the one side. Gully, I don't know what you call it. Gully, canyon, kind of like deep. It's not a river, but just like road water runoff comes from there. So anyways, you can see how I cleaned all the way to my river bank. So now I can get down there and access it. Mainly I did that because I wanted to see the terrain that I have here, which is steep, look. But this is a citrus tree. I found 1, 2, 3 citrus trees. I found a bunch of yucca that I dug up because it was ready. Because the old owner didn't really do much down here. The neighbor has coffee planted up until his ravine, and then we leave the trees kind of in the water. Baki! Nope, venga! And this is why he doesn't come with me, because Baki likes to run away. This is why I don't really work with him a lot down here. But he wanted to get away from the puppy, so he's here. Baki! Venga! Baki! Venga! Por aquí! Yeah, he likes to run away, and then he will go and find other people's things and bring them home to me, which is not nice when it's a dead chicken. Venga! So yeah. So here I actually have planted some more yucca, but I cleaned this whole area up and it looks so nice. So my plan here is, right now I wanted to come down because my plan is I wanted to see how sunny it was, because right here is the kind of the top of the hill, and I don't want this to completely erode, so I'm going to plant some vetiver grass in front of those plantain trees that you can see. And I also there's some yucca there, and there's another citrus tree up there. So I found 1, 2, 3, 4 citrus trees down here, which is a good spot because it's nice and sunny and they like the sun. And the bananas are a little bit shade, and there's some coffee mixed in it, but I got rid of most of the coffee trees, to be honest, because it was their kind of bad coffee. And yeah, I'm gonna find out what to plant at like the bottom level of a hill for like a tropical, like a garden food forest. So I'm gonna plant a few things here just to hold in the wall. Oh, that yucca fell, or did I cut it? It might have fell. So yeah, and then I want to make a little path coming down to the river so we can go down there. I don't really go in the water because my neighbor has gray water runoff going into the river, so it's not the best. And then all the people spray around me. So I don't really like to, we don't use the water for anything. We have a clean spring that we get water from. But anyways, this is nice to hear. I love the sound of running water. And Baki, he likes to go in it, so I do want to make a little space just to walk down here. Okay, so what have I been working on? Cleaning. This has taken me about a week. You should have saw me doing this. It was crazy. I could not film because I couldn't even barely get here with me and my machete. It was like, oh, it was fun. So I have this side almost all cleaned up, and I love coming down here. I'm not gonna lie. It's quiet. I hear nothing but the running water, the birds, and the more trees I put in, the more birds will come. Look at these beautiful plants that love being near the water. I did not cut any of these because they're beautiful. But you can see right here, this area I haven't done yet, but there's some coffee trees, and I'm keeping all these big trees here for shade. Come on! He is a true mountain dog. He loves coming down here. Okay. Woo-wee. Okay, it is very, very hot today. So this is perfect. It's nice and sunny. You can see where I've cleaned all this up. And like I said, before I bought this property, I had no idea what this looked like underneath. What it looked like, what kind of trees were here. And yeah, I found plantains, bananas, yucca, more citrus trees. I say citrus because I don't know if it's limes, lemons, mandarinos, limon mandarinos, who knows. And here is the edge. This is like the drop off, which is actually not steep. I thought before it was just a big hole, but it's actually has all these beautiful trees. And if I can get to these, I'll go collect the plantains, but sometimes I just leave them for the birds because they like them, they eat them. But Baki's nice and cool. He'll hang out with me down here. He just, when I watch him, don't let him escape. He just kind of chills. He's a really good dog. So yeah, I cleaned that, and then over there, I've been working on, you can see where I need to finish up on this one to the left. I did not do any of that. So the property line, it goes all the way through there. So that is like project step number 2. I'll do a little garden in this area here. I'll put a little garden. I don't know what yet, but now that I know it's sunny, I wanted to see what it was like in the morning. It's like 10:30 to see how sunny it gets in the morning. This will be pretty sunny until the afternoon. It'll get shady. I work in the afternoon down here because it's nice and shady. That's why I started it. And then I'm still working on behind Baki. Do you see all that grass? That I need to get working on today. And I cleaned a whole path to come down here through there because it was like impossible. I don't know if I've showed you other videos where down here was just kind of crazy overrun. So yeah, and then I'll start working that way. I'll go all the way through here first and kind of have a delineated line of the property so I know what I'm working with. And then I'll start over there because it's what I really want to do is I want to start putting garden beds down here because with the dogs, all my stuff is getting destroyed. And the new puppy, everything is destroyed. So yeah, if you have dogs, you completely know how that works. They don't listen very well. A puppy doesn't listen. Baki listens. He doesn't go in anything. And over there's another lime tree or lemon, citrus of some sort, and a guava. I will eventually get there today, hopefully. My plan is to clean all this. I found a ton of blackberries. I actually cut them all down though because it was really hard to clean because they just, if you know blackberry brambles, they take over. So yeah, there's another, so yeah. And now that all these trees have some better, I have put some mulch around them in the form of just mulching, like banana leaves, trunks of bananas. Yesterday I found a big old thing, bunch of plantains. So yeah, they're actually, they look much healthier. Look at that when you take care of them, how healthy they look. And we've had some rain, so yeah. Some coffee here. You coming, bud? I'm gonna bring him back up. But yeah, so you can see what it looked like before. It was like actually worse than that. That side's not too bad. To now I can actually walk and see what I'm dealing with, which I think is important before I actually start doing anything on the land. I also cleaned all this, and kind of the edge over there, way over there, that's the edge of the land. And I can walk from there to the other side where I have the big guadua trees, which is over there. So I don't have very big land. It's only 1.5 acres, but it's plenty. For now, it's plenty. For now, I say, until I get it full with everything, right? And I started cleaning there too the other day. I basically work in the shade. So if it's shady, like right now, I'm probably gonna go clean that because it's shady. And then do the other side later. This is yucca. I have been making yucca fries, yucca and everything because I have so much yucca. Yucca loves this red clay soil, which I've been adding lime to because not a lot of things like to grow in clay soil, but yucca apparently loves it. So you can see, so right here is from here to here, that's all I gotta do. It's not very much compared to how far I've come. This is a good area of coffee. And then you get to there and that's a whole other thing. So when I moved in, it was cut and I neglected it for a year. But that was kind of my plan. I had other things, If you're new here and you're watching and you're like, well, why don't you just use a bush hog or bushwhacker? And well, it's not really that easy. How are you gonna get it down the hill? Because that's the hill. And this is the flat spot. This is where I'm gonna put something like a greenhouse some more garden beds, a little cabin. It's semi-flat, not super flat, but it does continue to slope, so it will, the rainwater will not hold here, so it's a good spot. This is my new favorite spot on the land because I just come down here and sit. It's so nice. This is what I'm cleaning. More trees. Yucca. So yeah, I've cleaned all of this. I planted a eucalyptus tree over there somewhere because I want a big shaded tree over in the corner. But it won't be big for years. That's the thing. I can plant all these trees. I don't know if they'll even get big, how big they'll get while I'm living here and how long I'm living here. And I don't know, maybe they'll be big when I'm like 100. I don't know. Because I will not be alive when I'm 100. So this is the gully. There's not a creek, it's literally just a gully. There's nothing inside of it. If you've been watching my videos, I've been terracing, but I read, and actually someone in one of my videos told me to start from the bottom up, so I cleaned the whole side of this hill, but I haven't done anything to it. I'm gonna go from the bottom up, because I did research after someone said that, and it is better to do it that way. But I've been leaving biomass to heal the soil, and I found an avocado tree, but it's kind of not very happy, so I need some love. I'm gonna do that. But look how nice it looks. I'm so happy. Oh yeah, and also if you're wondering, yeah, I do it all by hand. I did ask Rafa to come run the weed whacker to get the grass, that grass, and he said he would. So he's gonna run the weed whacker one of these days. But here, the weed whacker will absolutely not take any of the stuff. And plus there's a big hole that goes, yeah, so you can't weed whack this. I can't bring a tractor down here. I'm doing it all with my machete. So yeah, it's taking longer than expected, but whatever. And then I have to be careful because the neighbor has water. I've been finding hoses for water, which they're apparently, once the water comes down the hill, they're going to switch from using the same well as we do to a different one. So then it won't matter what I do. So I have to be careful cutting because of that. Yeah, and then I have a bunch of good coffee. I've been picking coffee. Coffee season's not here. Someone was asking about coffee season. It's not coffee season until at least October, which is only a couple weeks. October to January. But the most will start collecting in November. I'm not going to have a very big coffee harvest this year because, as you can tell, I cut all the bad coffee. Last year I had a ton of bad coffee, and it's kind of not worth it. Yeah. And this is what he will do. This is what Baki will do. He will just kind of chill. Yeah, and I clean through here. Because what I'm going to do is once these trees have coffee, then I'm going to come and cut these trees also. And I'm going to plant new ones. I have a ton of new ones growing that will just start coming up. But that means next year I would not have a coffee harvest at all, which is fine. I need to integrate more trees because I don't want a monocrop, which I don't have, but I have more coffee than I would like because I'm not going to be selling it. I mean, professionally, I'm going to be selling it just in town as Basesia, which is fine. Yeah, so I cut all that area. Oh my God, it was insane. It took me forever. But I'm finding all these like native trees to the area. Like there's a tree there. I don't know what it's called, but it's like indigenous to the area. So I'm trying to find and plant trees that are indigenous here. I love that, to reforest. Because, you know, everyone here has coffee, but it's not technically indigenous to Colombia. It does well, but it's not, you know, it's from Ethiopia. Coffee came from Ethiopia. So, yeah. What else? So, yeah, you can tell, I'm already sweating. So that is just like a small update of parts of my land that I had never saw before because it was completely covered in weeds, and my goal is to use like every part of my land that I can to create more space, because you know, like when you have a big piece of property, you have places where you're like, oh, you don't have to do anything there, it's just brush, whatever. But I have a very small piece of land and I plan on using every last inch, even if it is to put vetiver grass, lemongrass, herbs. Herbs are like really useful, or to plant, I don't know, a small bed of spinach, or just like do a small raised bed to plant things in. I plan on planting everywhere I can, putting trees, starting the top layer. I have some avocados already planted up there. I'm going to put some cherry moja. I'm going to plant some other trees, and I have a lot of chayote, like maracuja, passion fruit already growing on trellises, so I plan on terracing, and then putting trellises too, so I can have a lot of things that crawl, because those do really well here. And I have a ton of yucca, which I think I'm gonna halt on planting more yucca because we can only eat it so fast. But now that I'm making yucca fries, they're so good. So I'm like, but I shouldn't be eating all that deep fried stuff. So yeah, so it's like, you know, I have to balance. It's like anything. It's like we're getting food, but when you have too much of something, then you get sick of it. So I'm freezing it, and then we run out of freezer space. So I guess like small struggles of having too much of a good thing. So yeah. I think I'm gonna work over here today because it's shady, so that's just a small update. Oh, and I got a random comment on a video about like not leaving the home safety. I will do a whole video about that, but yeah, when you live in the countryside, you should never leave your land empty. I never leave, my house is never empty, so there's always someone here, plus the dogs. They're very territorial, so no one really comes on our land. Well, the dogs don't stay here, but the dogs stay around the house. No one will come there, but it is very true that if you don't put a fence, we're gonna fence eventually. Well, Rafa says no, but I say yes, because we're gonna fence the whole property, because people will come on your land and steal, which is very common, which is why I'm kind of glad I'm at the top and I can see my entire property. So if the dogs are barking, I can go and see, oh, and now that I'm cleaning it up, I'll be able to see if someone comes on my land and starts to steal, because they already do. People do. People come on the land and steal, even if it's just simple things. But yes, and if you guys saw me do a tour of my neighbor's property, he had his pineapples covered, so people couldn't see them right away, because people will come on and steal his pineapples. So that is very common. So you can't leave your land empty. I can never go on vacation with no one being here, or constantly walking the farm. I'm constantly down here. So yeah, 100% true. I'll do a whole video, I think, about that. But I just wanted to touch on it because, I don't know, so people are like, yeah, YouTubers only tell half the story. Yeah, because I don't know what other half that you don't know, because I don't know what you don't know. So I only know what I know, and I share what I know. But if you know something else, yeah, I'll talk about it. So yeah, I have no problems. I'm not doing YouTube to make $1 zillion. I have very few followers. I don't make a lot of money, so I'm not doing this for like to try to clickbait and trick you to watching anything. No, I absolutely not. So I do it because I like it. I want to inspire you to, I don't know, chase your dream, live on the farm in rural Colombia. Just to see someone else doing it sometimes is inspiring, especially someone like me. I don't know, I'm from the middle of nowhere in Kentucky, and yeah, so now I live in the middle of nowhere, Colombia. I mean, I just traded one for the other. It's very similar. People will steal your stuff there. People will enter your property there, you know, but I know people are like, but you have guns to protect yourself. Yeah, but if you can't see the other side of your property, how do you know if people are coming on it unless it's fenced? So similar, it's very similar. But people don't think about it like that. So yeah. Anyways, that's a small tour of a little area that I'm cleaning that I haven't seen, what I'm going to do with it. And yeah, if you have questions or comments and you think that most YouTubers like don't tell the whole story, you can ask me a question in the comments and I'll tell you exactly my experience, because we all have different experiences. Not a lot of people live in rural Colombia who are doing videos about it. So it's a very different thing. I don't know what questions you have. I'm not a mind reader. So yeah, sorry. So me and Baki are gonna work while he's gonna sleep under the coffee tree, and I'm gonna do some work. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Drop me questions, comments if you have questions about something, and I will cover it. I'll do a whole safety video upcoming. I'm working on it in my head. So thanks. Ciao.